Oh, well, hello. Welcome, everybody. Another 505 interview series. I'm excited for tonight. But before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, please. Helps out the analytics, helps keep the channel going and moving, and it, helps out a lot. Also, pinned in the comment section and down in the description, I got my link tree. Please, you can click on that. Go support my advertiser sponsors and preferred retail partners. They help continue to keep all the programming going on the show that you know and love. And your support goes a long way. Whether you're looking for cigars, you're looking for accessories, I got you covered. Use the exclusive promo codes only available to my viewers out there to save yourself some coinage. Also, I am excited to announce that for the third year in a row, I will be back in Dallas for Dallas Smoke Fest. I'm excited to be helping them out again. Every year has gotten better and better, and year 3, I think, is going to be phenomenal. They've got a lot of great stuff planned out. And I'll have more details as they start giving them to us, but I'm excited to be back. Last year was great. They have a lot of events planned, a lot of Q&As planned. It's going to be a great time. Last year, the 90s party, oh my, that was awesome. The masquerade ball, nobody could tell who I was with my Phantom of the Opera mask. I was completely hidden. The 90s party. Oh, that 90s party was lit. It was a good time. If you were there, well, I mean, a lot of you know why I had a good time. If you know why it was a good time for me. I had a great time. And I'm glad to be back for year 3. So get on over to DallasSmokeFest.com. Use that promo code 505review. That will take $15 off of your order if you're going to get in. Get those VIP tickets. You don't have to book all the other stuff now, but go get the tickets now because the VIP tickets, they go fast. And you don't want to miss out. I'll be there. A lot of your favorite content creators are going to be there. Dude, my guy Bruno Lyons is coming in this year to work as an ambassador. So ladies, I am going to make sure that they stock plenty of mops and buckets for Bruno. That way, nobody's slipping out on the floor. So, all right, my guest tonight, she's a new brand, and it's a newer brand, but she's on fire. Dude, her cigars, bangers. Top to bottom, left to right, however you want to look at it. Veteran-owned company. She's taken the world by storm. And I'm saying it right here, and I'm calling it because every brand I've said, boy, I think within 2 years, these guys are going to blow up, and they're going to be a name that everybody knows. Every brand I've said that to, and it's been 5 brands I've said that about, they've blown it within 2 years. They've been that it brand. And I'm saying it here. I'm calling it here. In 2 years, she's going to be that it brand that takes off. That's going to be, everybody's going to know her name. So let me bring her on. The beautiful, the wonderful, the amazing, the gorgeous, and the completely awesomeness Katana Dixon of Sable Cigars.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm always good when I see your face.
Stop that. We got to talk about Dallas, though. That's right around the corner from me. So we'll talk about that. That's something we can talk about.
I'm looking forward. I'm very happy that they asked me to come back. So I'll be back. I never know how well these things are going to go. If they, it's like, I don't know, do they really want me back? But they keep asking me back year after year. So,
well, you're awesome. I
guess I'm doing my part.
You're awesome. I said it. You're awesome. Be the best.
But I got these beautiful Sable cigar little velvet pouches. Ooh, soft.
That's your pouches.
They don't smell like you, but they smell good.
I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that. You are good enough. You're good enough.
What?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, yes, got this. So, let me hand it over to you here for a moment, and I'll allow you or let you personally introduce yourself and the brand a little bit to the people out there.
Sure. My name is Katana Dixon. I am the founder of Sable Cigars. Launched in November of last year. So as you know, we are a very new company, but we're getting out there one cigar at a time. So I appreciate all the love and all the support from everyone. I launched with three different blends, and that's the Velvet Ritual series. So it's a Connecticut, Habano, and a Maduro. Silken Veil is the Connecticut. Um, Caviar Ash, which is the Habano, and Velvet Vice, which is the Maduro. All are made in Dominican Republic, and they're just great cigars, if I say so myself. I've been smoking for a while, veteran of the United States Air Force, and cigars are my passion. If anybody knows me, that's really what I'm going to talk about 98% of the time: cigars and trying to just continue to do great work in the cigar community.
Yes, and I will concur. They are fantastic cigars. They are great.
Thank you.
You know, the first one I smoked blew me away. And I go, what's this? Okay.
What did you smoke first? Which ones you have? The Connecticut? Which ones you have first?
No, I smoked the Velvet Vice.
Oh, you smoked the Maduro first. Okay. San
I
Andreas
did.
Maduro. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And that is what I'm smoking tonight in your brand new Bellicoso size that will be coming out here very shortly in your
They're already
favorite retail
live.
shops.
They are live on the website.
There you go. You can get them on
They
the
are
website.
live on the website as we speak. We actually have, I came out with Bellicoso and Corona Gordo as well. So just a little bit of a variation of the same blends that we have, but uh, just different vitolas, and I absolutely love every single one.
There we go. Here are the Corona Gordo right here.
You got them all. You got.
I can't wait to smoke these because I'm a huge fan of Corona. To me, the Corona size is almost that purity of the cigar, the leaf, that's really going to give you the true test of what the tobacco is all about. And I'm really excited about that because the Velvet Vice has one of my highest scores of the year of
Really?
all the cigars I've smoked. Yes, so it is very up there. It's not the highest score of the year, but it is one of the highest scores of the year. But yes, I was about 3 puffs in, and it immediately got I had to pull out the jewel bucket.
I appreciate that. You must know I worked so hard on this whole process, and I'm still working hard. So it is, I'm constantly, thinking constantly, as I call myself, outside. I'm in the lab, so I'm constantly doing work. So I love to hear that feedback. It makes me work even harder. So I really appreciate it every single time.
Well, I mean, it's warranted because we got to link up over at PCA, and
Yes.
I was like, there's just something about what you're doing that's different, and I liked it, a lot, and I kind of got that feeling from when I first smoked the cigar out of there, because I was just like, there's the blend is different, the taste is good, the taste is phenomenal, but not even good, phenomenal.
Thank you.
And I go, so I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what the magic sauce is that she's got going on. But she's got it. And there's just something about that when you and then talking to you and hanging out with you in person, I just like, dude, she's got it. It's there. Capital IT. It's that she's got it. You got it all around.
I appreciate that. I really do. I don't know what that it is. I think that's just me. I mean, it took me a while to figure out, the manufacturer and the company that I wanted to go with, and that was a lot of planning, a lot of uh, research, just trying to determine who would fit well with me and my dream, and who would execute that dream the way that I wanted it to be. And that's pretty much where we are. Um, and I'm continuing to do that work because it's never over.
Yeah, it will never end. But that passion that you have for the leaf, it's in your cigar. So people can physically see the passion that you have, and if they spend any time talking to you, you turn everything into tobacco, and it translates into your cigar because that it's there. I feel the story in your cigars. I get it as I smoke it. Now, your setup for the story really is Connecticut Habano Maduro, and that's the story. I've smoked them out of order, but I picked up the story, and I get where the story goes and what you're trying to do with the leaf. So I understood. I'm like, okay, you know, it's not one that needs to be smoked in order to get, but smoking them out of order, you'll understand the story, and it's beautiful. And it's
You
just,
got it.
I'm already starting to drool right now just with smoking this cigar. It's so good.
That's the Velvet Vice, right? Is
The
that Velvet
Velvet Light,
Vice?
it's so
Okay.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I it's dev at this point now. It's going to be a top 3 cigar for the year for me. I just can't. I know it's still halfway through the year, and there's probably a bunch of stuff still to come. I haven't smoked, but I gotta put manufacturers on notice. You got some based upon what I have in my top 3 right now. Y'all got some major work to do because there's a big jump from 1, 2, and 3 to 4 right now. I mean, you guys got some work to do because what you're doing out here is, yeah. AJ Buford, the legend from Big Country Cigars. Yeah,
Hi. That's my dude. How are you?
I love AJ. You
I love him.
anytime you see AJ, you need to refer to him as legend. It annoys him, and because it annoys him, I tell everybody to just call him legend.
He is hilarious. We met at um was it Pensacola?
Mm.
Yeah, Pensacola. And he was good. So yeah. I've met a lot of people on this particular trail, and it's been great. It's been great.
AJ's a good dude. He's a good dude. Um, I keep waiting. I keep waiting for his new cigar to drop. That's supposed to come out 3 years ago. But
Which
he's.
one? Because I got one of the ones that was only at Pensacola, and it was great. Did you get that one?
I never know because he's just like, yeah, I think it. Tell me what you think. He'll send it to me. Tell me what you think, and I tell him what I think, and then I go, hey, when's that cigar coming out? Because he's such a perfectionist. It's like I had to make some changes to it. I just didn't like the way. I'm like,
That's
bro,
him.
like I liked it. It was good. I gave you my thought. He's like, yeah, I appreciate it, but I decided to go another direction, and I'm like,
It's gotta be.
AJ.
It's gotta be with us. We gotta feel it like that. So I
I'm
get it.
like, but you know what? I understand because I've been asked a few times to make a cigar and to work with people, and I go, no, because that's how I am. I'm like, no, I could have the best blend and the best cigar you ever smoked. And I'll go, I don't know. I just don't think there's just not right. I don't know. It's missing something. It's just not. That's why you'll never get a 505 cigar.
Hmm.
It'll
Okay.
never happen. It's just that perfection's there. And I realize that sometimes you just have to go for it and go, look, the people around me really like it. It probably is really good. Is it at my standard? No, because I'm a perfectionist.
I'm shocked. You a perfectionist? No way.
I know. It's hard to believe.
Hard to believe.
There you go. AJ coming in. She has some outstanding sticks. Glad I met her
Thank
and
you.
she's a hoot. Dude, AJ, I gotta tell you, I spent quite a bit of time with her in New Orleans. Her and I were on a different level than everybody else at most of the events we went to. We Her and I we were on this point where as other people are talking, we were having our own conversation just by looking at each other and making each other laugh.
We had that.
Yeah,
We
we
had
did. Yeah,
that whole thing.
we hit that level. Like her and I clicked like immediately. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna be best friends.
And we cut up bad. Like from
Yeah,
it started through our text messages, like through
it did. It
text, and
started through
then we
text.
met.
It's
That's how it was. It was
it
like
did.
through text, and then we met, and it was like, oh, we
Yeah,
started cutting up.
yeah. It's like, yeah. We're gonna be those people, and I'm all right with that.
Oh yeah, we cut up at Pensacola. We cut up at. So yeah, we had a good.
Yes, she has a very infectious person. Yes, it is. Yeah, we had a good time. AJ, I know's a good time. I don't have to, Mm. This cigar is so good, girl. It's so good.
Now that you've had both, right? So you're smoking the Belly Coso. Now you're smoking, and you have the Toro. Out of those, which one do you like best? And I'm
This,
asking because a good friend of mine, he loves the Connecticut, the Toro. So I when I got the Bellicoso, he wanted to try it. So he bought a Bellicoso. And from that point, he's been buying the Bellicoso since then. He's like, the Bellicoso is my favorite Vitola. I'm like, really? He's like, it's just he loves it the best. So I'm asking you, which one out of the two that you've had?
right
You
now,
got
I'd
one more
say
too.
the Toro right now, I'd say is leading. Now, I did have the Connecticut and the Bellicoso on that, and I preferred the Toro in the Connecticut, but this is a very close between the two.
Okay.
Um, right now, I'm leaning Toro, but I'm not saying that this isn't. It's not good because look, I'm drooling right now, so
Stop
you
it.
know it's good. Like literally, I'm starting to drool.
Stop it. I appreciate it.
Oh my god. AJ, I'm a soft. Yeah, you're a soft-spoken guy with that side to you. I know because I've been on lives with you plenty of time, AJ. I know. I was on a live with AJ, which was probably my favorite live I've ever did, where it was me, him, and then two girls, and we got sucked into their Wakanda erotic fiction that they were doing live on the spot, and somehow AJ and I got involved in that. AJ just was quiet and just kind of laughing, and then me being a comic book nerd, I had to, if we're gonna do this, it has to remain canon. So you can do your Wakanda erotic fiction, but I got to add in my 2 cents of factuality from the comic books.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious. My son likes comic books like that too. I don't get
Mhm.
in the weeds because I don't know. I just dropped him off at the comic book store the other day, so I wasn't allowed to go in. I wasn't
Oh
allowed to go in. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Are you still
Yeah,
drinking?
there's a look. There's a reason why. All right. And it's not because you're mom. It's because you're a very beautiful woman, and there would probably be medical emergencies having a pretty girl walk into the comic book store.
Oh, please.
I'm just telling you. It's an anomaly, and
I have to watch the Marvel movies and stuff like that with my kids. So I think,
I'm the worst at those things because I've read all the comic books and the graphic novels. I'm in it, and then I have to add in where they went off script that's not part of the comic book, and why them doing what they did completely changed the narrative of what's canon.
I don't follow it at all. Like I
I'm the
think the
worst.
last one I watched was I didn't even realize that because I love Iron Man. And I don't even know if he's Marvel. I love Iron Man. So I watched that and my son broke it to me. He's like, he died, right? I'm like, when? So I didn't even know Iron Man was gone. And then I'll watch, I don't know, what is it? The guy with the long nail, Wolverine. I love Wolverine. Other than that, yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
I'm lost.
That's all right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
It's
Not
all
my thing.
right.
Not
I
my
know.
thing. Give me a good cigar and I'm good.
I know. Well, I'll sit out here and watch those movies while I smoke, and I'm just like taking notes. I'm like, no, no, this is wrong. No, it's wrong. And then I got my notes on the cigar. I'm like, oh man, that's really good. I really like that flavor. Probably going, yeah, So I'm doing dual purpose. I got to do dual research.
Good deal. Good deal. You're passionate about it. See, it's the same thing. That's me with my cigars. I'm passionate. I do the research, right?
Hmm. It's good though.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
boy, this between these two, it's close on there. The I the caviar ash is probably going to be the deciding factor on that because I'm a Habano snob, and so
Okay.
I I really judge Habano blends harder than I judge other blends out there because I think it's the perfect and best leaf ever created. And so I'm overly critical of those blends.
So I get it. Yeah.
Yes, it is a great ash. Yes, sir. Brian, great ash. But look at this. Look at how sexy this cigar is. Oh, it's very good. Yeah, AJ said you guys had a conversation about doing things the right way. She does things the right way. She moves fast, which in an industry that moves like molasses. That's why I said give her 2 years and she's going to be a household name. It's because she makes things happen. She moves quick. She goes.
I think that's the military in me. When I kind of get something in my mind, it's like, let's go on and execute because I've already thought about it and I've already planned it out. So once I start to say it out loud in my mind, it's already ready because I've already thought of every single step and I overanalyze things. I'm like, okay, what happens if this? Then if we do this. So I'm already thinking, you know, I'm already
Yeah,
really into my next blend.
yeah, of course. Me, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. So, eh,
Well,
of
I gotta
course.
keep working. I gotta
eh,
keep working because I gotta keep keep you with some good cigars.
I will say this. I think the retro is better in the Bellicoso than in the Toro.
Okay.
I do like that. Is there? I love how the spice just lingers in the nostril even after all the smoke's gone. It's like an added treat for me. I'm like, oh, mm, mm.
But I notice it's not as harsh as some will be with that. So that was very important to me too. Just was like because when I kind of went over to that, I was like, I just want to make sure because I tested it, of course, myself. I was like, I want to make sure it's not too harsh to where people are like, whoa, what's up with this? So it was
It's I don't think there's such a thing as too harsh.
really
No. Nah, you look at there's really only been one cigar that the retro was too much for me,
Mhm.
but other than that, there is no such thing.
Now see for me, I think I think it was one. I've had a few that have been kind of like whoa, like I think it was one of the Pappy Van Winkles. It was strong to me, and I was like, wow, okay. And the retro was there. So I've had a few.
No, it's usually something from AJ because he likes to, he likes to blow out some portion of your palate in whatever blend he's got out there. It's, something either your tongue's going to be numb after you're done smoking or your septum has melted. That's what is what he likes to do. Yeah, but yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh.
We like it. We like it.
We like it out there. Yeah, so where did that passion for the cigar come from? Where you're like, I like this and it's just my thing. Where did that passion come from in that?
Um, I would like to say that it's always been there. And I just really had to find myself, if that makes sense. So I've always liked cigars. I always watched my dad smoke cigars and things like that. But I just wanted. I was sitting in the same area out here and was smoking, and it was like I was smoking cigars, and I wanted to find something that I felt was missing. So it's kind of like I just heard fill that void. Not saying it because it's a lot of great cigars out there. I wanted to get in that community and just to bring something back that I felt was missing, and I just took that, held on to it, and I'm constantly holding on to it, and just keep on going with it. So it's just that's what's fueling me, just that to constantly do better and to constantly
Okay.
keep going, keep moving forward. That's really what it's about, honestly.
Well, of
For me.
course. Do you remember the first cigar you smoked?
Um, the first cigar I smoked, I believe it was a Monte Cristo White Label.
All right.
I believe so. I mean, if you really want to go like way far back, I mean, I'm ashamed of it, but it was probably like a Black and Mild, and that doesn't count. I mean, it's like, whoa,
No,
yeah, that doesn't really
no,
count. But
no.
like, I did say I will start. I started, of course, like everyone, well, like most, I started with flavored, and then I graduated from those. I was like, okay, let me just move on over, and then I went to the Monte Cristo lines, and then it was kind of just starting from there. Tried those, love those. Okay, let me do the Perdomo. So it was a lot of trial and not really trial and error, but just trying what I like and sticking with it and understanding. Hey, this is the lifestyle, and it's a lot of finding what is good for you, right? What you say is good and what I say is good is two different things. So it's just that.
Yeah, it it comes out there because look, I remember when I started, 25 years ago or so, long time. Uh, that first cigar changed my life,
Mhm.
and in a good way. And it created it there was it created a passion in me about something that I didn't know I had.
Right.
And and you know going from being a kid who skipped school, that was always in trouble, that hung out with the wrong people, it put a change into me,
Mhm.
that and a drive that was like, it was just something about that very first one, and it really changed my perspective and changed my life, and I really like cleaned up my act. I went from being a bad boy to this mild mannered guy you see here in front of you today.
Your mom, man.
No, of course,
We're gonna,
can't you tell? Yeah.
we're gonna go back to New Orleans in a little bit, but we'll come back.
I, old Bruno. Look, we all can't be like you, Bruno. I shouted you out in my ad for Dallas Smoke Fest because Bruno is coming on board, and every venue in Dallas is going to have to bring in extra staff with extra mop and buckets when he shows up. Boy, the women. Oh my! and then he acts as if he don't know what he's doing when he's out there.
Love
Like
Bruno.
they love the way he goes out there dancing and he's having fun, and then all of a sudden he comes back. He's like, oh, I just don't know what happened. I'm like, I know what happened, bro. And he's got the women all over him, and he acts as if it's like, oh, this is just something that ever happens. I don't know. He's all soft spoken about. I'm like, bro, you can't bullshit a bullshitter, bro. We know. All
I
right,
love Bruno.
Bruno
I
is the
love him.
man. All right, yeah, Bruno is the man. Yeah, he's out there. Okay, ain't no dancing. You just stand there and you let the women grind on you. I've seen it with my own two eyes. All right, you let them and you let them come to you. You play shy and quiet. I know your game. It's all right. It's all right. We still love you. Yeah. Yeah, there's just something about the Leaf that changes a lot of things for people out there, and I wouldn't change any of it at all, because that led me to clean my act up. It led me to a job in the tobacco industry, and kind of set me on the path where I am today. It's Brian from Rooster Smokehouse. Boy, we're getting all the legends. We're getting all the brand legends checking in. Yeah, man. Brian, bro, she creates bangers, buddy. Just like you guys put bangers out, she puts bangers out too. So, work out for me your process when you were coming up with these blends. What your idea was.
Hold on for 1 second. This wind and something is in my eye. Give me 1 second. My apologies.
Like, people, I've told you, I give ladies tears in their eyes. I lay down that disappointment to where they're just like.
Okay, give me 1 second, because my eye is like burning. Hold on for 1 second. I'm sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and carry over onto this. But yes, I highly recommend you can head on over to Black Box Cigar Club and you can pick up your Sable Cigars. They are available there. And if you want to try out the Bellicoso and the Corona size, you can go over to sablecigars.com and pick them up as well.
Sorry about that.
She does have them. And remember, if you get from Black Box, you can use my promo code and save some coinage on that. I like to always tell you, if Dantley carries them in his shop, I want you to make him go poor by using my promo code all the time. I want him to know that you came and saw him from me. You saw him on my show. And then make him lose money.
What was your question again? I'm sorry.
I wanted you to go through the process on your idea when you were coming up with your blends. What were you thinking? What was your idea behind it?
My idea was to come up. I honestly did not. I've written everything down, but my idea was to come out with like one cigar. It's like I'll probably come out with maybe a Connecticut, something like that. Did not know the different sizes. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So the most important step for me was once I found the person I wanted to make my cigars, we sat down And we had that conversation. It wasn't even about cigars. And it wasn't like an interview. It was more so of, tell me about yourself. And I asked him, tell me about yourself. And we talked, and that's how we understood each other to see, hey, we are a great fit, because you have to make something that I love and that I'm going to be able to stand behind. So it was more so of me trusting him with his expertise. Like, okay, tell me what you think we should do together. And that's when we came up with, I went for 15 days in the Dominican, smoked more cigars I could ever think of in a day. I literally was like, oh my God, I've never smoked this many cigars. But it was an experience that I had to have, because me standing there was very important to understand, hey, I like that. I don't like how that is. That's too bitter. That's too harsh. That's not strong enough. Let's do that again. And then it was smoking them in the elements. We smoked them outside. We smoked them by the beach. We smoked them everywhere to determine, and that was my education as well. Like, okay, well, if I'm here, it's unraveling, not because it's a bad cigar, because we're literally by salt water. So it's going to unravel, right? The longer you sit, all those things. So that was very important in the makeup of it. And I got home. I think we created around seven blends. Got home and said, okay, the real work begins. Once I smoked them, what do we wrap them in? And I said, well, I definitely have to have Connecticut. I said, I gotta have a Maduro. I said, let's do the Habano. And then I picked from those blends that I had. We smoked them, kept smoking them. I said, okay, let's do it. And that was the process. When I went into it, I had no idea, because I had never done it before. And I went into it, I didn't talk to anyone. I did the research on my own. So I found out a lot of things, trial and error. Okay. Oh, I didn't know I could do this. Can I do this? Okay, great. So that's where it started. That is where it started.
How much of the blend was your idea from your research, and how much of it was your blenders there based upon his experience?
Um, I would really say it was really it was a lot of, I'd say 50-50. And I trust his experience and his palate. I trust that. But it was also, I had to step outside of myself and see what everyone else would like, right? Because when I first went into it, I literally was like, yeah, I'm really not a Maduro fan. That's really not me. But I had to step outside and say, yeah, but people really smoke Maduros. Now that's, it's kind of like, okay, let me step outside of that. And it was a lot of, okay, what do you think? I like this. What are you thinking? Do you think we should do this? No, Katana, I don't think we should do that. Okay, but what do you think we should do? And that was a lot of the collaboration that I trusted him with, and that's how we worked together on that. It wasn't, hey, you're going to do this. It was, okay, what do you think? Okay, I'll take that into consideration. We'll do that, or we're not going to do that right now. So it's a lot of back and forth, but it's also a lot of trust as well. And me trusting him, doing that for, I don't know, 20 some years, he does have that. So it was a lot of that.
What was your feeling that first time you got a lounge to bring you in?
I cried. I remember my very first sale. I remember who it was, and I was very emotional. Um, it was a feeling of, oh wow, that they smoked it, they reached out, and they said, yeah, I really want this. And that was a moment of relief, like, whew. But then it was a wow, you really did this. Like, I still look at my cigars and say, look at what you did. Wow, that's amazing. So every single time, it never gets old. Never ever gets old, because I'm extremely grateful every single time when someone, every email, every text, every DM, I'm smiling, because I'm like, I appreciate it so much. Like, you just don't understand how much I appreciate it.
it's a lot of hard work, and you know that moment of success that, yeah, I'm doing it. It's right. And of course, you use me as a pawn to make a sale in New Orleans, which I'm all right with that. I'm fine. Yeah.
Did I?
Like, hey, this guy owns a shop. Tell him about the cigar. And I'm like, oh yeah. Actually, you didn't tell me he owned a shop till after I was rambling about how awesome it is. I'm like, do you like that? Yeah. Wait. Oh, wait. Well, wait till you get to that part of the cigar because, man, that is the sweet spot on it. It's so good. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. And then you're like, oh, that guy owns a shop and he's going to bring me in now. And I'm like, oh, cool. So where's my commission on that sale?
We appreciate it. I do.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
I appreciate it so much. It is it is always a humbling experience. Just the whole thing. Period. I tell people. I literally found myself at the rolling table because I mean, I knew who I was. Of course, I knew who I was, but it was like now I am a different person, and I like that person. I like that person. So I love who I am now, and it's a great feeling all around, and I'm extremely grateful, for every single thing.
Sure. I understand, and you've done a wonderful job, and you've created a wonderful product, and the fact that you've also added in multiple sizes now to shows that growth within the brand there. That, all right, look, we're just not a linear one trick pony here. I'm showing you what I can do with this blend in multiple sizes. And I think, and that's the true testament there to me of of a brand, is that you're willing to take, it's a risk going out because you've developed a comfort zone there. You've got the Toro, that's your comfort zone. Those are your babies. But you've got the extension out to it shows that growth, that you're confident in the blend, that it will speak on its own on all, for the three sizes that you have.
Right.
This cigar's so good.
Thank you.
It's so good.
I'm actually smoking caviar ash. I did caviar ash today. I'm in a nice mellow mood, so I got caviar ash for the night.
I really like your Habano. It's very good. And I think that anybody out there who's a fan of Habanos, you it's going to be one of those for you out there. I think it's underrated as a Habano, but I think
Yeah.
it's so good. It really is. Because, like I said earlier, I'm a Habano snob, and I really judge brands based upon their Habano because everybody has one and they underutilize it. And I think a lot of brands underutilize the Habano. They can do so much more with the blend than what they do out there. So when you can maximize out that leaf, yeah, it's it's the way that I don't know. It's hard to explain. I just think, to me, it's a true testament of the brand that if you can master a Habano and make a good blend, use the blend correctly, use that leaf correctly out there, then I know everything else that you're going to put out is going to be a banger.
I appreciate that. But that is, I mean, that's also with my manufacturer and my rollers as well, because that it's all on them as well, because they have to be able to do it consistently every single time. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm, yeah, I'm
Well,
what you
and
call a perfectionist. So
I I've smoked a lot of your stuff. I have not had any issues with any of the cigars, so the quality control is top notch
thank you.
uh, out there. So again, everything's been fantastic with what I've had, and again, in my rating, I don't so much go after a lot of the structure construction issues, because again, I like to look at my when I'm doing my rating scale there, I look at it as the common man. Now, you know, okay, the wrapper cracked, but it burned through it. It's not a problem. I'm not going to knock you any points on that because it didn't affect the cigar. It didn't unravel. There wasn't a problem. I haven't had any issues with plugs. I haven't had issues with a tight draw. It's been everything has been phenomenal, which is why everything you've had has scored very high with me,
I
because
appreciate
it's
that.
been I've had a unique, because I put a big, the rating scales weighted on enjoyment factor, and the big media out there with their reviews put their weight on construction, and I don't think that's fair, because if I have a construction issue and it works itself out, it's fine. Oh my God, you have a little wave right here. Oh, I got to knock you points on that. It's not laser sharp. Again, it's not affecting the cigar. No canoeing, no rabbit holes, no tunneling in the cigar. I'm not knocking you on any of that, because again, it's not ruining my enjoyability of the smoke to
Right.
it. I don't need to relight the cigar. Okay, I have to relight, but is the relight because of me, or is it because of the cigar? Gotta look at that. I live in high altitude,
Hmm.
dry, arid land. I expect at some point the wrapper's going to crack because of the conditions. That's not the cigar's fault. It's not the
Right.
manufacturer fault. So again, I'm not knocking you on any of that. That's why I put a higher scale on things that consumers, the average smoker, would look at.
Yeah.
Does it taste good? Yeah, the taste is phenomenal. Does did I enjoy the cigar? Yeah, I enjoyed the cigar immensely. The aromatics were fantastic. I'm a big aromatics guy. How does the smoke smell? How does it smell as I'm just sitting here? Oh, fantastic. These are things that average smokers look at. They're
Right.
not looking at the fact that it's not a laser sharp burn. They're not. They're not looking at that. They don't care. Most don't care that the wrapper cracks, because for most wrapper cracks, it's minor and it burns right through it. So again, you're not taking away from the cigar. So I look at these things, and I look at environmental factors as well. You know that
Hmm.
that again, things that I feel that are that are not the cigar's fault, I can't knock you on that. Whereas the other guys will knock you on that, because that's what they do. They're nitpicking out there, and I guess I could do my half wheel review on it and be like, well, Katana, the Antarctic cinnamon in the retro is just it it's it matches perfectly with the endangered white rhinoceros horn that I'm picking up on the front of my palate, and oh, the clubbed baby seal fat is rendered perfectly. I can taste the fear in that seal as I smoke this.
And I'm thinking to myself, what? Did you like the cigar or not? That's what I'm looking at. Like, what did you really think about it? So I've seen them, and but again, I appreciate from all sides. But as a normal smoker, that
Yes,
you're
as a normal as
exactly right.
and even when I was doing reviews, I never got that in depth, because in all honesty, don't can any of you in here know the difference in the taste between Mexican cinnamon and Vietnamese cinnamon? Do any of you know? No, you don't. It's cinnamon. We all know what cinnamon tastes like. We don't know where it comes from. You know, Oh my god, I'm picking up that earthiness of elephant dung that the Injutu tribe uses to fertilize its grapes during wine season. What? Oh, oh oh my gosh. The Bengal tiger paw. Ah, perfect.
Hilarious. But I mean, we've seen it.
Oh, we
And
have seen it. Look, I'm
yeah,
not, look, I'm just saying that, for people out there, you're trying to be too cutesy out there, and you don't need to be. But hey, I guess if your palate is that refined that you can break down, you've tasted every cinnamon in the world, you've tasted every wood in the world. Okay, all
a
right,
little further than I am, but okay. Just like
sure.
okay.
Yeah, like I'm not out there licking every piece of wood I can find to go, well, that's not actually oak out there. That's mulberry hickory. It tastes like it has the same consistency of oak, doesn't taste like hickory, but it's got this little special bit of hint to it, and you only get that, if you actually uh, throw meat on it and you cook it on the grill itself. You cook it on the wood, not on a grill. Okay, so that's the only way you can tell the difference. What?
Well,
Okay,
I will say the best way to enjoy this Habano is you have to go to the Everglades and smoke it there. That's where you really get the best Habano. That's where you get the best flavor and everything comes through. And yeah, that's the best. Just
that's right. You have to do it on a full moon while you have an invasive Burmese python wrapping itself around your leg, because otherwise you're not getting the real essence of what the cigar is all about.
you're hilarious.
I'm,
But yeah, I get it.
I get it too. The only one I've given a pass to is one of my old viewers. There, he said, actually, he corrected me on the wood, and I was like, okay, how would you know? He goes, well, I'm a champion pit master, and I do a lot of smoking on meats, and I use a lot of different woods, and so I I can pick up tastes of different. I'm like, okay, all right, well, maybe you have an advantage on that side on that. I'll give you that on it. But look, for the vast majority of people out there, they're not going to be able to tell the difference in wood.
Yeah, I'll just say woodsy or earthy or grass or hay, but I can't tell you the last time I licked a piece
No,
of wood.
it's elephant dung used by the Awutsu tribe in South Africa for their winery.
Okay, is that the really dark brown one?
I don't know. I
Okay,
can't
okay.
tell you. You've got to break it down because that's the only way people are going to know that it's a legit review is if by adding in things that nobody's ever heard of in their life.
That's
And
funny.
then you bag the cigar a low rating because it wasn't laser sharp on the burn.
Um, I've seen it, but I think sometimes a lot of the things can be not saying all the time, but they can be. We use the air or you cut it wrong. You may cut too far down, and that may it are things or it is things that we do as a smoker. And you're like, oh, I cut this one a
Of
little too low.
course.
That's my bad.
I have the Bellicoso, and of course, with a Bellicoso, you do a slant cut.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do a slant cut, you're smoking a Bellicoso wrong. And I'm telling you all this, and I'm not joking. I'm not being. The only way you smoke a Bellicoso, you smoke a Pyramide, is a slant cut, a torpedo. It's a must. And if you don't do that, you're smoking it wrong and you're not getting the full effect and the full flavor of the cigar. And I'm
You heard
telling you
this here.
that. And I'm telling you all that because it's been scientifically proven.
Got it.
Not by me, but it's been scientifically proven.
Science.
That's right. By people who know far more about this stuff than I will ever know in my life. And here, I'll even go to some of you in the comment section going, well, how's that? Why would you go with the slant cut? It changes the aerodynamics of the airflow into the cigar, and it changes the
Absolutely.
chemical composition of how the cigar burns. So you're actually increasing some of the airflow in there. So with the
Absolutely.
increase on the airflow, you're making the cigar burn differently. So you are not, which is how these were designed. They are an aerodynamic cigar. Okay. So you need to maximize your airflow through as you're smoking. So no V cut, no straight cut. All right. No punch, slant cut in a torpedo, in a pyramide, in a bellicoso, slant cut.
I don't think I've seen a punch in a bellicoso though. That would be kind of
I
hard.
don't know. There are some people out there that do weird shit with their cigars. I don't understand it.
That's kind of hard,
Why are
man.
you V cutting? Why? It's just weird. Why are you giving it a Grand Canyon look?
It's hilarious.
But yes, I'm just giving. Oops, I'm just giving you all your education on this, and I learned this back in 2006, I believe 2006 or 2007. Nick Perdomo put out a video on YouTube way back then, 20 years ago, where he talked about the different cuts and why you use certain cuts on certain cigars.
Hmm.
And it's all based on airflow of the cigar, because you are
Right.
trying to maximize out the airflow. And by doing certain cuts, you are hurting the cigar and you're not getting the full potential of the blend, which is why they made that size. Why it was done in a bellicoso or a
Right.
pyramide or in a torpedo.
Mhm.
So just saying. I put just for you people out there. I'm just okay. Again, as Bruno made it quite clear, I'm old because I've been smoking cigars since 2000. The day I turned 18 and I skipped school and drove to the cigar lounge to get my first cigar.
At 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was influenced by television and movies to smoke cigars.
It's the best influence ever.
All the cool good guys you rooted for smoked cigars, and all the cool bad guys you wanted to win smoke cigars. And I go, I want to be cool like that. And that's what I did. I did. I quit. I skipped school, which I did quite often. and I drove 30 minutes to the cigar shop. And I walked in and I said, I just turned 18 today. I don't know anything about this, but I want to learn. And they took me into the back and picked me out 3 cigars and handed them to me. And I said, okay. And I didn't know. I thought cigars were a luxury item. And I was like, I only had $100 cash on me. And I was like, is this enough money for this? And he goes, don't worry about it. He goes, they're on us. Happy birthday. If you like them, you'll be back.
And look at you 20 years later.
26 years, almost 26 years later.
See, I was being nice. I stopped it at 20. Yeah, I'm not doing as you say Bruno does. See, I'm not doing that.
I know.
I just did 20.
Look, we all know I'm an old man, so it's okay.
You're not.
It's this year's birthday show has a theme to it, because I'm turning 44, so
That's old.
mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think so, but okay. I don't think so.
It's old, especially when you've spent 20 years working manual labor.
Okay. I got you.
Bruno, we know you're older, but you look younger. It's 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 all that drip you got going.
Y'all are hilarious.
I don't have that kind. I don't have that kind of drip or game. So
So I
no.
get it.
What's up, Michelle?
Hello.
When I grow up, I want. When I grow up, I want to be like Bruno. That's all I got to say. I wish. I wish I had. I wish I had the drip, the swag, and the game like he does. As he shows up, he's got that suit. He's looking fly. He's got all this. He's got all the accessories, and I'm like, dang. And here I am in a hoodie and cargo shorts.
You know what? Bruno's got the drip. That's
He
this.
does. He's
He
got
just
it.
smooth with it. That's just him. He's just. It goes with him. It goes with him. Bruno is. He's my dude. I love him.
Nah, I love Bruno. First off, that's not about me. I don't have any of that. All right.
Well, yours is different. Let's see. Everyone has their own lane,
That's
right?
right. And I stay in my own lane.
See, there.
I I look I look terrible in a suit because I'm uncomfortable because it's like I don't look good in it, so I don't wear one. You know, I go with what I'm comfortable in.
See. I mean, and I have people say about like they couldn't wear their nails as long as I do, but this goes with me. So you go with what goes with you, right? Um, so it kind of goes with you. I've had men say, I don't, women shouldn't smoke cigars. Okay, that's your
And
thing,
and those
right?
and those men are gay, so it's okay.
I'm sorry.
To each their own. Hey,
So I get it. But yeah, I mean, we
yeah.
have our own lanes, and that's kind of why Sable was created to have that lane. And I want people to, get in that lane with me and enjoy this journey.
So so how did you come up with the tagline there, the smoke of distinction?
Um, that is I played with a lot of different ones. And that one just kind of stuck with me. Just I wanted to be different. And in my mind, when I was creating Sable, I wanted to be that. Believe it or not, I feel like sometimes I'm stuck in like the 50s, with I love that particular era, that style and grace. So with that, that's where it came from. Even with the bands, when I created the bands, it was like, what else can I do? And I want to be distinctive. I want people to, as you know, a smoker, sometimes we don't always know the name, but you can recognize it by the label, like, oh, there's that distinctive label that you have. So that's where that came about. Just I want to be that different, and that's where, hey, we can be the smoke distinction. We can be that. We want to give you that elegance. We want to have that. We want to bring that back into your everyday smoke. So that's kind of where that came from.
But that tagline like that stands out though. It does. It's like okay, there's a certain level of sophistication and fanciness to it, and smoking is that in a sense
Mhm.
is regardless of what it is you're smoking. There's always this sense of distinction to it.
Right.
Like you know, you see somebody smoking, you're like that's somebody. Even if they're a nobody, that's somebody. Because why else would they be? Why else would they be there smoking that cigar? Then they
Mhm.
look distinctive and they look special and fancy. Regardless of where it's at. There's that feel to it that I think people who are non-smokers don't get. They just they look at it as okay, fancy. That's a fancy man. That's a fancy woman. Just regular Joe and regular Jane out there, just enjoying what is provided, from the earth.
And it's more so of just for a person who does not smoke or someone who is um, watching someone else smoke, right? Because I've been at different restaurants or different places, and people I've had women come up and they say, I love I watched you smoke. and they don't understand what this is doing. They don't understand that this could be calming me down. It could be something celebratory. It could be just, it's speaking to me, and I don't even know how it is speaking. So it's helping me. It's another form of therapy, and that's what they are.
I like watching you smoke too. It's very sexy.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, I watch from across the room though. You know,
You were right in New Orleans, like sitting right beside me. What are you talking about?
that's because you told me to sit right next to you.
Is that how you remember?
Yeah, I did. Because I was standing there, and then you're like, I was saving this seat for you.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, and I was like,
Okay.
oh, okay, because you were sitting there talking to Stefania and
Mhm.
Erica and Yule over there. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure everybody was making fun of Chevalier's outfit he picked out of his wife's closet.
Is he on this live? Because I don't.
It doesn't matter if he's on the live or not. Even if he was here, I'd tell him that.
He was dressed nice that night. I remember.
Of course, his wife has good taste in her clothes.
Oh my God, you're hilarious.
You know, everybody knows that he doubles as a WNBA coach with his pantsuit combination. As I've told him, I go, you're like everybody's 50-something-year-old gay auntie that everybody knows gay, but just plays it off as she hasn't found the right man yet.
You are killing me today. You're killing me.
You know, I look, I love Yule. He's my brother. I will
I
go
love
to
him.
war with him anytime, any place, anywhere. But I'm still going to roast him for raiding his wife's closet and ordering his steaks well done.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
What do you
I don't like.
what do you expect? He doesn't know any better. He's a Marine. He don't know any better.
Okay, now wait. I was actually going to join the Marines first, and my mother told me no. So I did the Air Force instead. I was going to do the Marines. And my mom
Well,
was like, no, you're not doing that. So, and I just
because
did, I was going to do it because I like the
she didn't
uniforms.
want you eating your meat well done and eating crayons. That's why. She's like, no, I put a lot of
You are
time into
killing me.
I put a lot of time into you being smart and educated, and you're going to go where the smart people go, which is the Air Force.
He is my brother of the United States military. But I seriously was going to join the Marines because I love the uniforms. And I was like, okay. And my
Well,
mom was
yes,
like, no. She said,
yeah. The
absolutely not.
uniforms, like, dude. A guy like me could get laid in Marine outfit. They're dope. They're awesome. All right.
Okay.
The Air Force. That the blue is just plain Jane.
Hey now. Hey now.
I'm not bashing it. Look,
Don't,
I come
don't,
from a
don't,
look.
don't do off.
I come from a military family. All right, so look, my grandpa was in the Army Air Force, and he flew 83 bombing runs in the South Pacific during World War II.
Oh wow.
My cousin was in the Marines during Desert Storm, and he was in Iraq out there. My other cousin was in the Navy for 15 years. So I come from a military family.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't blow my knee out, I would have been joining you in the Air Force.
Who knows? We could have been best friends a long time ago.
We could have been, because you would have seen this goofy weird kid from New Mexico who acts
Oh
ghetto.
my God. Stop
and be
it.
like, what's up with this guy?
We have all different walks of life. So it's awesome. It's
like,
awesome.
What's wrong with this guy?
It's awesome. Melted pot. It's awesome.
But yes, I took the test for a kid who never went to school and hung out with bad kids. And when I took that test, boy, was the Air Force running to me.
Oh,
Uh,
the ASVAB. Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, boy, were they running to me, and I'm like, what? I'm like, is this good? And like, yes. And I'm like, oh, so where are you college from? College? I'll be lucky if I graduate high school.
It was a great experience. So
I know that it sure was. Yeah, but I would have been there too, but I ended up blowing out my knee, so that didn't happen. But it led me into the tobacco industry because of that, because I had to change my course of plans, and you know, and I learned, and and that we all have this path of life. Did I think that I would be working manual labor? No, I never thought I did, but I needed a job. So, and my dad who was a wheeler and dealer, and always always could seem to talk to anybody and make friends anywhere, and talk me up as if I wasn't a problem. I will never forget that, because I got the job at Coca-Cola because of my dad, because he sat there talking to the service manager while getting his truck worked on, and told the guy that, oh yeah, I'm oh yeah, he's very technical. I'm technologically stupid, and I was able to, but I was able to, you know, work my way through it, and got the job. I bullshit. I was good enough bullshitter. I was able to get the job, and then the learning. But I learned that my problems in school weren't because I wasn't smart. It was because I'm a hands-on learner, and school isn't hands-on learning. Me
no.
being able to work on the equipment and tear the equipment apart and put it back by actually using my hands and seeing how it operates and work, I can do all that stuff because I'm a hands-on learner. That's how I learn. I
Mm-hmm.
can't learn just sitting at a desk taking notes and looking at a board.
Yeah, it's in phases. So that part is important, and then you apply it to your everyday life. And as I said in the service, you do the on the job training, and there it is. So I
Yeah.
get it. That's helped
I,
me in this
I got
particular
thrown to
field.
the wolves because I remember I got like 1 day's worth of training of just the basics, and then I got thrown out there. And I was told that if you're worth a damn, you'll figure it out. Otherwise, you won't have a job long.
Oh, okay.
And I remember working on the piece of equipment, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I cut a line, and I was flooding their back room with water,
Oh,
and I had to and I had to sit there for hours and rebuild everything. But I
oh wow.
learned, because I was just like, oh, okay, this is how it works. And in the future, before you cut anything, you make sure that the water is turned off.
See, on the job training.
On the job training.
On the job training.
And now
So
I train techs in now. Like that, I do that stuff. But I learned it's like, look, I could do this for you, but you're gonna do it. You're gonna do the work. I'll just walk you through doing it, because I think you'll learn better if you actually are touching it instead of watching me do it. I know how to do this. You don't. So
gotcha.
here's the screwdriver, and I'm gonna walk you through it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is it bad? I don't want this cigar to end. It's so good.
Mm, I mean, if you have another one, you can always get another one.
And
Yeah,
I,
we
I
have
am
plenty. We
and
have
I'm
plenty.
sorry, and I'm sorry to disappoint the people, but the roofing nail nubber has been retired out there, because we now have a real nubber.
Oh,
So shout out to Blue Smoke ATL for hooking me up with this.
love that.
Uh, yeah, I do. I was staring at it in New Orleans at the table while I was interviewing her,
Hmm.
and and it just kept distracting me. I just thought the skull looks cool, and then she sent me one.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
That is awesome. I like that.
yeah.
I love that.
So now we no longer have the roofing nail nubber. It's been retired. It has served its purpose for the last 8 years. Oh my goodness. More royalty jumping in on the chat there. Hollywood. What's up, girl?
Hello, hello. So now that you're down to the end, has it gotten better?
Yes. This is good. Again, it's right now. If you ask me to pick between the two, it would be flip a coin.
Okay, that's good.
There are aspects of this that I like better than the Toro.
Okay.
And I still like the mouth flavor of the Toro a little bit better than the mouth flavor on the Bellicoso, but I like the retro on the Bellicoso better.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah, it would be a flip a coin. I think that the rating would probably be the same rating if I was actually sitting here doing the review. I think, and if I went back and looked at the rating that you got on the Toro, I think you would probably get the same rating. It would still score 94.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I like that. And I really appreciate that. I really do. I love that you're enjoying it, and that's all that matters to me. That enjoyment that you're getting. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you've.
I really do.
But you're a master of your craft.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
I'm a
That's why I
baby in
said
this.
within two.
I just started.
But you've made it happen, and Hollywood is correct. Sable cigars are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And look, I do, because I wouldn't have said. I think in 2 years you're going to be that name that if I say Sable cigars, they're going to go, oh, I love those cigars. Everybody's going to know your name. I wouldn't have said that if I didn't believe it.
I appreciate that.
That's
Sable
right.
is my baby. Thank
You dope in real life. You are.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
She is.
Sable is my baby. I have cried many nights and prayed, and I said so many times, I got one shot. I said that to my manufacturers. I said, I have one shot. It has to be right. I worked on it so hard. I worked on it for a long time. I said, it's got to be right. I don't have that second chance. As we always say, you don't have a second chance to make a first impression. So it has to be right. We worked on it for a while, and it was a lot of work, and it's still a lot of work, and I'm enjoying every single step of the way. So
it's never going to get easier. It's only going to get harder. But now that you've set the tone and you've set that standard where you're at on this, now it's that consistency of when whatever your next drop is it going to be equal on the same level that these three are at or better? Because now I have that expectation that anything I smoke from you is just going to be a certified banger. That you have leveled that expectation on me. So anything less than that, I'm going to be disappointed. But I know where you put out there. So my expectation of certified banger buttified, because I think that's what you're going to deliver.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, Hollywood posting her cigar group so people can go and check you out in her group that haven't had that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate I appreciate the support. Really do.
Hollywood's awesome. She's the real deal.
I appreciate it.
She's the real deal out there. Yeah. She's awesome to hang out with too.
I'm looking forward to it. I meet so many great people when I go to these events, and it's just amazing every
I know
single time.
you met me
Ye- there you go. And Bruno.
and Bruno. I know Bruno.
I knew you
Bruno
were going to
needs
do
no
that. I knew it.
introduction.
That's why I said it. No, but I
He's
have
like
met.
I told you. When that first event you walked into and you saw Bruno, did you see all the mops and buckets that the staff had ready to follow all the women around? Like,
You
oh
know
no,
what?
Bruno's here. Oh,
I
we're
will
gonna have to
say
put
when
up the wet. We're gonna have to put up wet floor signs.
you know what's crazy? When I first met Bruno, he was actually sitting down by himself at a table. And I walked up to him and I was just like, "Hey friend." And we started talking. So he was by himself. Maybe he was kind of, getting himself ready. I don't really know, but he was sitting by himself for like 2 seconds though. Like 2 seconds.
Of course, he doesn't. He doesn't stay. He doesn't stay alone for long. It's his ploy there, shy and coy, and all of a sudden, he's wiping sweat off his brow after the women have been grinding. I don't know how this happened. It's just like it's magic. Oh, just the
He's got
women.
that personality.
Yeah, he does.
But
Bruno's
yeah.
my guy, man. He's awesome. Yeah, I. It was, but like I said, you. I talked to you a little bit before we went to New Orleans,
Mhm.
and I just knew you and I had this vibe. Like, oh yeah, dude, we're if we get if we get together alone with other people, we're gonna be a problem for everybody.
Absolutely.
And when we were sitting at that when we were sitting at that lounge, I watch it, everybody around us. I realize, I go, why are people having this look? And I'm like, oh, we're the problem. Okay, I was right.
Absolutely.
You and I were the problem for everybody around there.
We were over there laughing and we had our own little jokes, and I
We
can't
had,
even
oh
remember
yeah,
all of those jokes, and we cut up. Well, I was so sweet. It was you that was cracking all the jokes.
I wasn't cracking any jokes. I was just being honest. I don't know what you're talking about. Jokes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
See, I will have to come to Smoke Fest in Dallas. I'm not that far, so I'm definitely gonna have to check it out.
I know. Just be honest. You just want to see me again.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, but
It,
you're coming closer to me, so who wants to see who? You're like 4 hours from me, right in Dallas. So
well, I mean, they asked me to come back, so I'm coming
did
back.
they? Did
Yeah,
they really?
yeah.
When did they ask you?
Like the day after the event last year. Like, we'll see you next year.
That wasn't definitive. So, like, send me the text message where they said it, like, recently. Like, are you coming back? Because I mean, we all say, "Hey, I'll see you tomorrow," when you really don't mean it. So, I think it.
Sure.
I think
I'm
it was
pretty.
more so you were like, "I want to see her again," and how can
Oh,
I get close to her?
I'm pretty sure I've got a text message from Shawan or Nikki
Okay, okay,
telling me can't wait to see you next year.
well, okay,
I'm glad you're coming back. I'm like, oh, okay, all right,
okay.
yeah, I'm sure. I guess if you want me back, I'll come back. Sure, I have no. I'll do it.
Well,
Like I said,
now
I had
that
a lot
you,
of fun. Last year was a lot of fun. The events were great. Nobody knew
well, I'm
who I
definitely
was at
coming
the
now.
masquerade ball with my Phantom of the Opera mask.
I'm definitely coming now.
Hollywood could tell you she couldn't even recognize me at the masquerade ball with my half a mask.
Really?
Yeah, with the Phantom of the Opera mask I had on. So, who's this guy? Yeah,
And Bruno's coming, right? I
yeah.
wonder who he's gonna be. Huh.
Bruno's. Yeah, Bruno was there, but Bruno wasn't an ambassador. He's an ambassador this year.
Mm-hmm.
They they're like we need that Bruno all around vibe and appeal to be here because it's just, we get more women involved if Bruno's here.
You know what?
They never say that's never been said about me.
Maybe they didn't tell you because sometimes if we say stuff, maybe it'll make your head even
Oh
bigger.
no, no, not even, not even. They just look. I show up because they need heavy stuff moved, so I pick up the heavy stuff. Uh, I also double as a bodyguard because I stand there, and everybody event needs a big, scary, ugly looking guy to hold
Stop
down the
that.
fort, and that's me out there. You know,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna
and
come see you. How about that?
that's fine.
Okay.
Just like in New Orleans, as I promised you, in New Orleans, you're gonna hang out with me, and you'll be disappointed, and I think you were.
What?
No, you
Cook it
weren't.
out. Cut
No,
that out.
I had way too much fun with you, and
We,
I'm glad I did.
yeah, we have fun.
We had fun. I walked you to your hotel.
You did.
Make sure you got back there safe because I'm a gentleman.
Um, okay.
Sure, I want. I didn't want anything bad to happen to you. Yeah, like make sure you get there safe, and then I walked back to my hotel. I didn't go back to the lounge. I'm just like, yeah, I'm already over here. I'm just gonna go back to my room.
We appreciate it so much. So everyone knows that you are the perfect gentleman. Everyone knows that now.
That's right. I made no moves. I kept my hands at a respectable distance.
You
Can't
are
say this. I
killing me.
can't say the same for you, but I did.
What?
Because
What?
you
Okay.
made me laugh in a text last week, like
What did I
I was
say?
you because you sent me a text with a picture of me smoking. You go putting another woman's stick in your mouth. Ugh.
I saw it and I said, "Yeah, let me be silly real quick. He's gonna laugh at this so hard."
I laughed
Oh my
so
god!
hard when I saw that. I was just like, "That's hilarious."
You know me. You know I got a cut up. So I was like,
I
I
that's
said,
what
I know he lying. I said,
that's
I
what
know he lying.
I was like, good. I was like, oh, she sent me I was like, oh, okay. What she sent me in a photo, and then I read, I saw the photo, and then your caption on the photo, putting another woman's stick in your mouth. Ugh. I could, I laughed so hard at that. It was so funny.
I mean, but
I'm
do you
like,
expect anything else from me? You know
no,
I have my
I thought it
serious
was great.
moments, but
I thought it was great. I thought I'm like, that's funny right there. Cause that, I'm like, there is a perfect woman out there. That's hilarious. Making me laugh like that.
hey, I do what I can do.
Hey, you get my sense of humor.
I tell people there's no gray with me. Either you like me or you don't. I have that weird sense of humor sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I tell people about me. Look, you like me or you don't. If you don't like me, that's cool. If I usually have the room laughing. I don't set out to hold court. It just ends up happening because somebody will say something, and then I have no filter, and so then I have to respond, and then one
I'm
thing leads to
shocked.
another.
I'm shocked. You don't have a filter?
I do not.
Pretends to be shocked. I know.
Look, I know that all you see is this sweet and innocent boy.
Okay. Maybe someone in the chat will tell me. Maybe somebody else that's there. But okay. Yeah, sure.
They'll all vouch I'm a sweet boy. They've never
Yeah,
seen me do anything nefarious
yeah. That
ever.
they can, yeah. That's out there. That's the thing that's out there that we've seen. So
I So I hope for Smoke Fest this year they do like another '90s party because that '90s party was lit. I had
you got me excited. I'm definitely going to check
oh
out the
I
tickets.
chant boy did I channeled my inner B Real from Cypress Hill.
Oh wow.
I was I was just I had the part going. I'll send you the photo. I'll
Okay.
send of like I was like I was like dude and practically everybody got who I was when I showed up looking like that. They go Cypress Hill, and I was like, yeah, yeah,
That's awesome. It sounds like so much fun. I'm gonna check
yeah.
it out. If I'm available,
It was a
come
lot
to
of
it.
fun. I had a great time. The only thing that sucked was my hotel because I picked a bad hotel to stay at. But
Yeah,
everything else was awesome.
good deal.
Yeah, I recommend it. I had a lot of fun. It's a good time. The events were fun. It's one of the best smoke events I've been to out there.
Cool.
You know,
I'm definitely
and
gonna check it out.
same thing. And of course, for all you guys watching, this is my last show for the month. So the month of July, I will be off, so you will have to deal with no show from me. But there will still be content going up on everywhere. Just no live shows because it's my time to break. But if any of you are going to be up in here in Cheyenne, Wyoming on August 1st for Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest, I will be here.
When is that?
August 1st.
No, I don't think I'll be there.
So we'll be up there. It's one of those festivals that every manufacturer loves. It's one day. It's a good time. We have a blast. And the fact that I don't have to drive that long ass 80 miles down to Denver makes it even better. I have to drive that long ass 5 miles over to where the event's at.
What do I need to check it out?
Yeah, one of these years you should check it out. It's a great event. Every manufacturer that you could think of,
Hmm.
most of them are there. They show up.
Okay.
One day, it's just a 1 day event. It's a lot of fun. A lot of like the Friday the 31st. A lot of a lot of stuff's going on, and the city's really kind of embracing it coming in. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and for manufacturers out there, it's really an untapped market out there because there's not a lot of lounges in Wyoming to begin with,
Hmm.
and you know it's an ability for you to actually showcase your brand out there
Hmm.
because for you know and really open yourself up to a lot of new customers that you're probably missing because a lot don't as big as Colorado is, a lot of manufacturers stay out because that 67% cigar tax.
Yeah.
you
I don't
know
know. This sounds like something I need to come to.
and the and of course you have to deal with that massive 30 cent per cigar tax in Wyoming.
That's that's crazy.
Yeah, it's huge, and I think showcasing up here, showcasing the fact that look at the difference in the cost from when we were in Denver for the last 16 years.
Hmm.
80 miles north, look at how much cheaper the cigars are for the same cigar. And y'all come up here anyway to buy your illegal fireworks, so you might as well come up here to buy your cigars too.
That's hilarious.
This was a fantastic show. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Anything you'd
you.
like to promote before we end out the show?
Um, Outside of just saying, first of all, I really appreciate all of your support. You've been absolutely great. All of our cigars, all of my cigars are actually available. There are a lot of different platforms. Of course, you can go right to www.sableluxurycigar.com and get all of our sticks. The Belicoso, the Toro, and the Corona Gordo are actually live. You can go to blackbox.com. You can go to the Wolfpack, and we have a few more that are coming as well. So just be on the lookout. If you do get the cigar and you absolutely love it, and you're in an area to where you're like, hey, I have to have this in a lounge, please reach out to me so that I can actually get in contact with that lounge. If you're in the Florida area, I actually do have the best salesperson ever. His name is Mark T. So just get in contact with us, and we will definitely love to take care of you guys. I really appreciate, again, all the support, and every single thing that you guys are doing. I really appreciate it. I, I'm overjoyed every single time. So I thank you more than you know. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you are welcome. It's well deserved, and you put out an amazing quality product. Of course, everything that you have put out that I have smoked has earned the coveted drool bucket. I
Thank
think
you.
I think in December when I do my top 10 list, there is probably going to be multiple Drooly awards that will be presented to Sable Cigars
Thank you.
out there. And of course, in the description, I've got links to everything Sable, so you can connect on social media and the website on there, so you can go find out, and you can check out your local shop, or you can, like she said, hit a Black Box Cigar Club or Wolfpack Cigar Club for your Sable cigar needs.
Absolutely.
And that's it for today, everybody. Thank you so much. I will be back on August 3rd. So you're gonna have to wait for a while. And we got another vet joining us, coming back into the game. Troy from Silent Hero Cigars is bringing the brand back, and gonna have a nice little release party there to celebrate Troy coming back. So we're excited that
Awesome.
Troy got through his little ordeal there, and we're happy that he's back in the game. So, you know, kind of relaunch the brand coming back up in a month. So we'll see you all in a month. Take care. Be safe out there. Don't do anything Katana and I wouldn't do, because we're sweet and innocent boys and girls. And we will